We're in beautiful northeastern Ontario this week, and we're gonna sample some fall fishing for bass and brook trout. The bass are in transition right now, going from their shallow haunts of the summer to the deep water, so we're gonna have to try to find them. I'm Bill Spicer. This is the New Fly Fisher.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to Northeastern Ontario Tourism Association, GoFishingOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Umpqua Feather Merchants, Superfly, fly fishing made easy.
There's no denying that Northeast Ontario is big. With over 184,000 square kilometers of old-growth forest, expansive historic waterways, sprawling rural landscapes offer plenty of room to explore. Ontario has more fresh water than the rest of the world combined, and Northeast Ontario lets you access the pristine backcountry lakes and rivers like no other place in the province. Today, we concentrate on the Mattawa area. First, we have some fun on ATVs to get to the backwoods and sample some of the small stream brook trout fishing. Wow, they're bashing it. Then, we travel only 25 minutes west and fish Talon Lake for smallmouth bass. These are public waters. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh yeah.
Nice big bronze back.
Look at that. That is spectacular. Our guide for this week is Nick Birmingham, a fanatical fisherman that knows the area intimately. I'm very excited about today as I love small stream fishing. These fish are not big, but can be a real challenge to catch. Stealth is of the utmost importance as it's more like hunting. Use the long grass or bushes to hide yourself. Don't get too close to the edge. The water's extremely clear and trout have excellent eyesight. What we're doing here, we found a swamp. I got a fish right behind there now. When you're in small streams, an overhanging bank like this gives protection to the fish. Yep, right there. First cast and get into a fish. Now that's probably one of the prettiest fishes you're ever going to get. Ready? Okay, now just back in the water we'll go, and we'll try that again.
For the ATV, UTV, snowmobile, or two-wheel power sports enthusiast, Mattawa Voyageur Country is a great place to come and ride. We have over 300 kilometers of signed, mapped, and marked multi-use trails, as well as thousands of kilometers of off-branch trails that are available to explore for the power sports enthusiasts.
I've got a Hexagenia nymph on it. And I just got it just below the surface. And all I'm doing is stripping it back, little 1 inch at a time. Twitch, 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 and the fish are coming up and grabbing it. What's happened to us on this trip, when we first got here, we just finished a very bad cold front. It went from 25 to 30 degrees Celsius down to 5, which that's about 85 down to 40 in Fahrenheit scale. And what that does, as soon as the bluebird skies hit, the fishing turns off. And for about 2 to 3 days. And we've had a couple of days that have really been tough fishing. Today is the third day. This is when you want to be out. The fish put on the feed bag, they got used to the high pressure, and they're eating again, and it can be magical. Caught a couple of small ones there, but I'm going to put something different on. Being a small creek like this, after 10 minutes or so of casting one fly, and if you're not getting any hits, that's the time to change up. Yeah, now I've decided to put on a white woolly bugger. White woolly bugger it is. And I might have to trim down some of the tail because they might be taken short. I've said this over a number of shows. A properly tied clinch knot will not let go. When you come to fish Northeast Ontario, especially in the Mattawa area, you can do it on a budget. For the first part of my trip to Northeastern Ontario, I stayed at Mattawa Adventure Camps. Located just outside of Mattawa, Ontario on the Trans-Canada Highway, which is Highway 17. Offering single rooms to 3-bedroom cottages that overlook the beautiful Ottawa River. These accommodations have all the amenities, including comfortable beds, satellite TV, and Wi-Fi internet. The camps offer both American plans with outstanding food being served and housekeeping plans if you want to do your own thing. Now, if you were to bring your 0 weight or your 1 weight, 2 weight rods here, you'd have a great time with. And, oh, that was a good fish. Whoa, that was a good fish. Oh, getting back to what I was saying, I thought we were going to be fishing in a pond, so I brought a little heavier rod for longer cast. But the bears had other ideas. We come across a sow with 2 cubs, and she was on a kill. You just don't ever bother with them. Go fish somewhere else. And so we found somewhere else to fish. And as it turns out, it's a great place to fish. There we go. You can tell when they're brook trout. Creek chub don't fight like that. Decent sized one too. Now when I say on these small streams, decent size is 8 inches. And this looks to be a male because this is one of the better fish. And its belly's all colored up. They're spawning colors right now. That is one pretty fish.
It's such a vast area. I mean, it goes from like Mattawa all the way up, and then it's just every little lake dotted is brook trout, creek is brook trout. I wouldn't even venture to guess at the amount of brook trout lakes and water we have around here.
There we go. I wasn't even doing it. I just had the fly hanging down trying to untangle my line. And we get another brook trout right there. Pretty, pretty, pretty fish. Look at the white lines on the lead part of the fins. That's how you can tell they're brook trout. If you were in Labrador and they didn't have the black behind the white, that would be a char. Just some trivia for our audience out there. And barbless hooks. Oh, I'm having a great time. There we go, another one. I found a little honey hole, and the nice thing about coming up to the Mattawa area, northeastern Ontario, is these swamps and beaver ponds are all over the place, and they're full of brook trout. Now, they have other species here, too. The walleye fishing here is excellent. You know, musky fishing is great, bass fishing in the area. But this is what I came for, is the brook trout. Another hefty one. Again, having a great time, just a great time catching these 8 to 10 inch brook trout back in the water.
Mattawa Voyageur country is steeped in history, dating back over 400 years to the first exploration of the region by Samuel de Champlain along the Mattawa River. This region is in the foothills of Laurentian Mountains and marks the meeting place of the Ottawa and Mattawa rivers. It is absolutely stunningly gorgeous in all 4 seasons and provides great outdoor adventures in a natural setting.
The next day, we drove only 25 minutes west of Mattawa. Smallmouth bass was our quarry, and Talon Lake was our destination.
That's good.
There we go. We have a perfect morning right now for poppers. It's late in the year, and generally I don't use poppers this late in the year because the fish have transitioned to deeper water. But we haven't had any real cold weather yet. So this is late September. We've had still warm nights, so the fish are still on the popper. And I love bass on the popper. Bass on a popper is just outstanding. There we go. Dynamite. Now, it's a little on the small side, but that's okay. They're coming up the top to take. We're outside of some rice weeds. That fish was probably 10 feet outside the weeds itself. So this is the type of structure you're looking for. We've got a good day, and as you can see, there's not even a ripple on the water. This is perfect popper time. The tip of the day for popper fishing is, when you cast out, you wait for the rings that are form around the popper to dissipate. Once that's happened and the rings are far away from it, then you pop it. That gives the fish a chance to see the popper and to realize that it's alive, and that's when they'll strike at it. If you pop it right away, after you've let it land, it sometimes startles the fish, and they don't know what it is, so they spook away. So if you give it a chance just to dissipate, the rings dissipate, the fish gets used to seeing it, and then thinks it's alive. On the second leg of my trip to northeastern Ontario, I rented a fantastic room at Cedar Gables Lodge. Listen as owner Joanne Watson talks about the services she provides.
The service that we offer here is we have 4 bedrooms. One has 2 double beds in it, which we call our Wolves Den. We have our suite, which is the Moose Suite, with 2 queens and a pull-out double. And we have, on the main level, we have 2 rooms that have a queen-size bed in them. Added to the service of the rooms is a full breakfast, which is included in the price. You get to choose the time that you'd like to eat. You fill out your menu the night before. We also have a dinner menu that you could choose from at an additional cost.
Oh, one right underneath it. Oh, I got him. Come up right from the bottom. I seen him come. I was just about to pick up and cast again. He's only a small guy, but I have a fallen tree here, and that's where I put it. And that's on the popper again. I've come into this back bay, which is very calm. So I thought I'd try popper first, and then I'll run a minnow pattern through after I've done the poppers. There we go. Nice little smallmouth. They're much bigger in here, much bigger in here. Let's try that again. But I watched him. He come up from the bottom and hovered, and I seen him, and I give it one last little twitch, and that's when he hit it. So, that's exciting when that happens. There we go. Man-made structures are fish magnets. Tournament anglers have known for years that docks are hotspots for bass. Out of the sun and away from predators such as raptors, the fish, usually big fish, will eagerly feed on anything presented under or beside the dock. The equipment I used on this leg of the trip was a 9-foot stiff action number 6 weight rod. Stiff action is for casting poppers and weighted flies. The reel I used was a large arbor with a good drag system, as the fish in Talon Lake can be large. For the popper fishing, a floating bass tapered line was used with a 9-foot tapered leader to a 3X tippet. Don't forget to bring an intermediate line for subsurface flies.
There we go, that's a good fish too. Yeah, I don't know how big it is. It just come up impressive lake.
Not even a twitch, waiting for the rings.
I was waiting for the rings to dissipate. Oh, he's not bad. Get out of them weeds. They're in transition right now between deep and shallow water. Now, he's just an impressive fish. He's not that big, he's just impressive. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that, Bill?
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. And away she goes. Nick suggested we were fishing more of the weeds itself and the shallower water, and he says, along here, there's a transition where it goes deep. He says, put it out there and let's give it a try. And I put it out there, and that's where they're hanging. They're hanging in the transition between deep and shallow water. It's the fall, I've mentioned it before, but it's the fall, and they're getting ready to winter over in the deep water as the water cools. So they're just hanging out there and feeding. They're not where they are in the summertime in shallow, weedy areas. They're just outside of them. So that's what we're trying.
The flies we used for bass were Zuddlers of various colors, an emerald shiner pattern named Scotty's McFly, black woolly buggers, and poppers. Make sure the poppers are in various colors. One rule that has been preached is light colors for clear skies and dark colors for overcast.
One of the primary mistakes I see fly fishermen make over the years when retrieving a streamer is to give a straight retrieve like this. You're not doing anything to the bait. What you want to do is try to make your fly look like it's wounded or in trouble. That's when fish, especially bass, musky, pike, they're ambush type of fish. They see something that's struggling, they're going to go after it. So what you must do is add a little action. And how do you do that with a fly rod? Simply, with the tip of the rod, you jerk it. Stop, strip it in, jerk it. Stop, strip it in, jerk it. Make it look erratic. Move it side to side, change direction. Generally, when they change direction, that's when you'll get your hit. But you gotta give it erratic movement, make it look like it's wounded or hurt or sick, and then the fish will hit it. If it's a straight strip in, you will catch the occasional fish, but your success rate will be much higher if you make it erratic. Yeah, we've got a bit of overcast, and I was a little concerned whether the fish would be on. But generally a rule, when you get overcast, the beginning of it, the fish generally turn on for a while. It's the bluebird skies afterwards that you've got to worry about. And just a little smallmouth. Oops, away he goes. We've tried something bright for today. And Nick said on a spinning rod, he throws a lot of chartreuse or yellows. So I picked out this chartreuse green, and it seemed to have worked. We just got into this little back bay, and it's all nothing but weeds. And it looks like it deepens off out in the middle here. So that's what's holding these fish here. Oh, that's a big fish. Right there, second cast. All right. That's a good fish, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a matter of running and gunning. We couldn't, where we first started, the wind was up and we weren't getting anything, and so we just decided you gotta run and gun and find the fish. Don't stay in one spot if nothing's happening. This is a decent fish. Actually, I'm gonna get him on the reel. When you got a bigger fish like this, it's best to get him on the reel. Oh yeah, this is a really fine fish. Really fine fish.
Nice big bronze back.
Big bronzeback, yeah. Yes, sir. Woohoo! Oh man, it's a good fish. Got him?
Yep.
Good man. Pass him
Pop
down
that
this
fly
way.
out for you.
Yeah, it should be barbless. I can't say for sure, but it should be barbless. Yeah, it is barbless. Thank you, sir. Now, this, if this is your smallmouth fishing, Nick,
We should be in the money then, eh, Bill?
look at that. Look at that. Isn't that? That is spectacular. Spectacular. And I'll give him a second. And he's ready already. Come on, buddy. All right. Yes, that's exciting. Cold fronts, I don't care who you are, they give you a heartache. But if you got enough time to wait them out, the rewards can be great, like that big fish I just got. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and come visit us on the web at thenewflyfisher.com. Also, subscribe to our new YouTube channel. It's free. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for joining us. Tight lines, and we'll see you next time.
The New Fly Fisher has been made possible thanks to Northeastern Ontario Tourism Association, GoFishingOntario.com, Orvis Sporting Traditions, Scientific Anglers, Umpqua Feather Merchants, Superfly, fly fishing made easy.